You may notice the beginning of some of these videos won't have any sound except for me talking, and that's because of a side effect of the way that I have to render out some of these videos. I may explain that in a future video when I have more time, but for now, we're just going to focus a little bit on the next combat. So all of your guns can level up to level 5, I'm pretty sure is the max. And it's a really good idea for you to play with a variety of guns. Don't just stick to one gun the whole game. That's not going to work out. You're going to run out of ammo, and you're going to want to use other guns for different purposes anyway. So try to keep all of your guns leveled up, and the best way to do that is just to continuously cycle through your weapons and use the gun that has the lowest amount of levels until you run out of ammo, and then switch to the next lowest, and then switch to the next lowest. If you die, the experience and the levels, I believe both of those are saved even if you die. So it's still useful even if you're dying a bunch of times at a battle. It's still really useful for you to keep switching your weapons. The enemies in this game are generally pretty easy to deal with, but sometimes they have attacks that just literally stretch across the screen and hit you. And especially playing on this difficulty, we're going to be taking a lot of damage with any hit that we do take.
Now let's get to Nefarious.
You two, these goons are useless. This is what I get for giving my assistant paid paternity.
It wouldn't be a Ratchet and Clank game without boss fights, and there are a load of boss fights in this game. Kind of sadly though, none of the bosses are super diverse. Once you see probably about 3 or 4 of the enemies, the big bosses I mean, you've seen all of them. So we don't really see Nefarious like this again. This is probably the only time that he'll be in this state, but the attacks he's doing with these sweeping lasers, the slow I'm gonna kind of follow you lasers, and just a whole bunch of other attacks that he's throwing at us are gonna be pretty common, especially enemies jumping at us through rifts. Any boss arena and pretty much any battle arena in this game is going to have continuously spawning nanotech, which is your health, as well as ammo. So if you're ever out of ammo, it's just time for you to kind of take a look around, look for the ammo box, look for the health box, grab that, and come back because the boss will be there waiting for you. No reason to really rush. We only have 3 weapons right now, and we're playing on the hardest difficulty, so our weapons are really puny, and that means that this guy's going to take a pretty long time to kill. And on top of that, I never saw, this is the first time I'm ever facing this boss, and I've never seen any of his attacks before, so I'm going to get hit by a ton of things that I probably shouldn't be getting hit by. And I'm going to be running out of ammo all the time, and just repeating that until I actually kill the guy. Right now, the bomb glove, whatever it is that it's called, that we have, it looks to be the strongest of the weapons for him, but it also has the least amount of ammo. And this gun that I'm using right now, which is the first gun that the game gives you, is really useful for loads of small enemies, and pretty much throughout the game you'll see me using it for that purpose. But there does come a point eventually where I think I just end up stop using it at all. Did that sentence make any sense? There comes a point in the game where I don't use that gun at all. The burst pistol, I don't think I use that very much near the end. And the names of these weapons change, I think, when you upgrade them or when they level up, so I might call weapons the wrong things sometimes. Anyway, Dr. Nefarious is getting very close to being defeated, and I think there's an incredibly long cutscene after that happens.
Is all it takes to stop me?
I mean, yes.
Well, think again! We're going to a dimension where I always win, so you can finally know how it feels.
The dimensions are weakening considerably. How bad is it? Well, it is certainly not good. Right. Where are we? Beats me.
To the death!
Clank?
What manner of trickery? Get off me, ship! I'll create you!
Did I do it? Oh, what is this? What's with all the neon?
This is the part where you lose.
Ratchet, the Dimensionator. Ratchet? Oh dear, my arm. And no, the Dimensionator. What have I done?
What have you done?
Who are you?
Someone with a lot of questions. Let's go for a ride.
Wait, I have to find my friend.
Hi? It's me? It's me! It worked! It worked! I am the winner!
Emperor Nefarious, you have returned early from your conquest.
Yes, Emperor!
Clank? Clank? Wombax? What is this place?
It wasn't enough that they had us separated from Clank for almost a, well, not the entire, but a large part of Kraken time. No, they have to do it again in Rift Apart. So we are separated from Clank and we have to try to locate him. And we're going to be doing that in the underbelly of this city that we landed in. And there's, actually, I think we went through a different rift, so we're in like the alternate dimension of the city we came from or something like that. It does get a little bit confusing trying to keep track of this, especially because, what's that game? Crash Bandicoot, that new one, also did rifts. So that one had a whole bunch of dimensions too. Yeah, I don't know why rebooting old games means that they have to do multiple dimensions to bring in new characters or something like that. I don't know. I mean, they keep saying that Ratchet's the last Lombax, and I think one of them, spoiler alert, one of the actual also last ones died in Kraken time, but then they totally forgot about Angela. But at this point, it's probably good that they leave Angela alone because, yeah, I'll just say we should probably just leave old characters be, if we'll keep it at that. Anyway, we're gonna open up this doorway, go down the elevator, and then take a look at what the new city has to offer us.
Welcome to the Nefarious City Bazaar. Please remember to thank our marvelous Emperor before, during, and after making your purchase.
Emperor? Does that mean there are two Nefariouses now? Clank first, Nefarious later. Maybe he's in this bazaar.